been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast when you're doing what you want.
Hey y'all, welcome to Dream Bigger, Live Larger podcast. I am your host, Adeline Lys, and today we will be talking about how to stop expecting and start accepting. I feel like us as women, we really love hard, depending on your characteristics and who you are as a woman. But I feel like every woman loves hard, whether it's a relationship, family, friendship, whatever the case may be. We love so hard that we don't notice when we're not receiving that love back. And we're going to dive straight into it. So if you guys are interested, keep on listening and keep on watching. I ain't gonna lie to y'all guys. Your girl has been in her feelings like for a couple of weeks now, right? For a couple of weeks. And you know what's real? When I wrote down so much stuff that I wanted to just, express and let go. And what better way to do it than on a podcast? So I wrote down, how do you feel when you're the one doing the most for people but don't get the same energy in return? Me personally, I'm a giver. I love affection. I love giving love. I love appreciating the loved ones that's around me. Whether it's an act of service, whether it's just, an ear to listen to. I'm always the person that people go to when that they either need advice, they need help with something. But when it's my turn to get that same love in return, I don't receive that. I don't receive it the same way I put it out. That's what I mean. And Cleopatra had made a video inserting how we expect so much from people that won't even do the same for us, and that really resonated with me. And yes, so basically I wrote down a lot of things. I said we expect a lot from people that already has shown us who they are. We see so much potential in people that sometimes potential takes too long to come. We always want to see the good in people, whether I said it's a relationship, a friendship, family, because that's our loved ones. We expect hey, we got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Ooh, my light just died. We got to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? So it's the fact that sometimes we really expect so much from our loved ones because that's our loved ones. That's who we love. That's the people we love. So when we don't get the same love in return, or we don't get the same energy in return, it kind of hurts, because it's we're always going to give you chances after chances after chances. And come on, when is it going to end? When am I going to feel that same spark, that same energy, and that same, love? Potential takes too long to come. It does, because you're waiting for that person to change. You're waiting for that person to do right. You're waiting for that person to see hey, I'm here. I need love too. I'm, giving it out, but I'm not receiving it. Hello, I'm here. And it's really annoying. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. And that goes for anything in life. Stop seeing potential for stuff and start taking it for what it is. Because don't get me wrong, potential only works when a person is showing you improvement. They're showing you that, yeah, I've been slacking in this certain area. I haven't been, giving you the love and attention that you really deserve, or I haven't been that true friend that I need to be for this friendship. Let me fix up. That only works when a person is wanting to fix their, their situation. But how I explain it is, if you're explaining to the person how you feel when you're hurt, or how you want to receive love, and the person is not listening, they're only hearing you, it gets annoying because you're repeating yourself and the actions are not showing up. The person's you know what, you're right, I'm gonna do it, but never does. They never come up to the point. They never do what they need to do. But sometimes it's you gotta know how to cut ties too, because if the person's not showing any interest that they want to improve and show you all right, you know what, I gotta do better, then it's up to you to make the decision to stay in that situation or distance yourself. I also wrote down, take things for what they are. I feel like we're afraid of hurting people's feelings, finding someone different, or even maybe we won't find anyone at all. And we shouldn't settle. We have to stop putting our feelings and burying our feelings because we're afraid to hurt other people, or we just afraid that this might not come around, or this relationship I might not find this man or this woman anymore. Let me just stick it out. Or, you know, I keep telling this person how I feel and they're just ignoring it. No. Life is too short to settle. And I always say this, whether any topic I say or I explain or I talk about, whatever the case may be, life is too short to settle. Do not settle. Do not. If you are expressing how you feel and that no one is listening to you, you have to make that decision. It's okay to hurt people's feelings. It's okay, but it's also how you approach the situation too. Don't just be like ghetto and loud and just aggressive and try to hurt someone on purpose. No. You're trying to make sure that your situation and what you feel is being heard and respected. It gets to the point where sometimes you're going to have to put on your big girl panties on and let shit go and take shit for what it is. Because you are not God. You are not the high, almighty above. You're a human being. Your job is not to change anyone. You're no one's legal guardian. You're no one's parent. You're no one's anything. You are the person that is supposed to accept shit for what it is. If the person doesn't want to change, that is not your job to change them. That is your sign to get the fuck up out of there. Okay? That's your sign to leave. Don't look back. And it hurts. It's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Because it's like, it's either you have a lot of history with this person or you have a lot of feelings of love for that person. But sometimes you got to ask yourself, when am I going to matter? When are people going to start putting me first, like the way I put them first? And it gets like really annoying. It gets really annoying. Because it's like, I know the love I am. Like, I know the love I have for people. I know when people need me. But sometimes I need to feel needed too. I need to feel heard. I need to feel love. I need to feel like someone's pouring into me the way I pour into others. Because it gets, and the thing is, I'm always the big sister. I'm always the friend that people go to when they need help. But when I need help, no one's around. No one has an ear to listen. Nobody has an ear to lend me so I could just vent to sometimes. And I'm not trying to throw subs or anything. It's just, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's like, why am I the person that people look at like I'm the strongest friend? I am the strongest friend. But sometimes you gotta check on your strongest friends too. Sometimes your strongest friends be hurting in silence. So yeah. Something else I wrote down. I said isolating yourself from people is the best option because you are going to be the only person heartbroken. You are. Like I said earlier, you have to put on your big girl panties. You have to. You have to. You have to put on your big girl panties and isolate yourself and distance yourself from the love you're not receiving. Because it's heartbroken. It's like a one-sided love. It's one-sided. Because you always are the person to understand and have compassion. But again, like I said, you're not getting that in return. No one is listening to you. So you're going to have to find peace within that. You're going to have to find peace within that. I love you, but you're not good for me right now. Like, you take my energy. You don't restore it back. You take it. You don't restore it back. You don't pour into me the way I pour into you. So I got to take all this love and energy away because you're taking it for granted. You are. You're taking it for granted. And I got to dip. I got to be out. Because you don't love me the way I love you. And that's totally fine. But now I gotta make a decision. Is it gonna be me or you? And I'm always gonna pick me. Last thing I wrote down is, even though you're not receiving the love back or receiving that same energy, that doesn't mean you have to change who you are as a person. Still be hopeful, still believe. You will find your right, like the people that's right for you. You will find your tribe. You will find the relationship. You don't have to settle because you're going to attract who you already are. And what you want is out there. It's always out there. Don't ever listen to people be like, oh, it's not out there. People's going to be who they are. No, you're right. People are going to be who they are. But that doesn't mean I have to stay in that situation. Don't change who you are because you're not receiving what you want. To be honest, blossom even more. Grow even more. Because you're going to start attracting what you want out there. And it's going to come to you. It's going to take time, but it's going to come to you. All right? So, yes. So, we are at the end of our episode. And you already know what that means. It is the solution part. I wrote down dream. Learn to find peace within a situation of who people really are and the true colors that they are showing you. Just start finding peace in that. Because like I said, you cannot change people. That is not your job. I also wrote down live. Walk away. Don't expect anything from anyone. Just do it. Walk away. Live in your truth. Start putting yourself first and live within your truth. Live within your meaning. Live in what you believe in. Because it is hard. But that doesn't mean that what you want is not out there. The type of friendship you want, the type of love, the type of care is not out there. It is. It is. So that is all I have for you, lovely, beautiful people out there. If you guys are loving this episode and you resonated with it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. And yes, I love this episode. I'm so happy I got to share my feelings and, write down things I really wanted to share out. And yes, that is all I have for you, lovely people. And I hope you have a beautiful day, night, evening, whatever time you're listening to it. Bye.